Have you ever had an ordinary Tuesday that changes everything? Well, mine happened in a parking lot. I made it through the lobby. That was the first victory. Walked through the revolving doors, down the steps, across the sidewalk, rode the elevator to the third floor, and found my car. I got in, closed the door, and guess what? Completely fell apart. Not the pretty kind of crying, the kind where you can't catch your breath. Because it wasn't really about my job anymore, it was grief. My mother had already been gone for years. She had died just 47 years old from breast cancer. She never got to see me become the teacher she always knew I would be. She never heard me say, or heard any of my students say, because of my instruction, I now love math. I grabbed that steering wheel until my hands hurt, and then I said 3 words out loud. This ain't it. I wasn't talking about that day. I was talking about the life I had spent years building. A life that looked successful on paper, but didn't belong to me. Can I ask you a little something? Have you ever looked at your own life and quietly thought, this ain't it? Not because your life was bad. Not because deep down you knew that on the surface everything was okay, but deeper you knew that there was something more. I could almost hear my mother saying what she had told me years before. Baby, you're going to teach just like me. She saw the teacher in me before I could see it in myself. So I wiped my tears, started my car, and somewhere underneath all that noise, I heard something I hadn't heard in years. Chalk on a blackboard. A little girl pretending to teach empty desks, remembering exactly who she was. I thought that parking deck changed my career. I was wrong. It changed every life I've been blessed to touch since. Every morning before we solve a single equation, I look at my students and ask one question. Whose life is it? And without hesitation, they answer, my life. That's when I know. I finally found the life my mother saw in me long before I could see it in myself. Her name was Fennell. She believed in me before I believed in me. She planted seeds in me that she never got to watch bloom. And tomorrow, July 3rd, marks another year since she left this earth. Not a day goes by that I don't wish she could walk into my classroom, hear my students, and see the woman she helped shape. I most certainly hope she's proud. Because every lesson I teach, every student I encourage, every time I ask whose life is it, a part of her is still teaching too. That's why I wrote Whose Life Is It? Not simply to tell my story, but to help someone else find the courage to stop living someone else's blueprint. And finally take ownership of the life that they were created to live. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. So let me ask you something one more good time. Whose life is it?